Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. What's up? So today is currently Tuesday. So y'all gonna see this Wednesday morning, okay? And this prophetic word is titled Get Back to the Basics. Get back to the basics. So, alright. So what am I saying when I say get back to the basics? So y'all remember last week how I was saying like a lot of y'all are spiritual babies in God's eyes, where you've been so focused on the elementary principles and not growing. I'm not talking about getting back to the basics with that. I'm talking about getting back to the basics with your spiritual relationship with God, like who God is. Like, remember, God has been speaking heavily the last few days to me about returning back to his love. Like, realizing his love for us, right? Realizing God's love is a basic thing, but it's a basic thing that founds a relationship of trust and helps you have faith in him, because you know how much he loves you. He loves you so much he won't lie. He loves you so much he's not going to give you a promise and not fulfill it. He loves you so much he ensures that any danger that tries to come and harm you, that person is dangerous, that thing that snare they set for you is a snare that ends up being set for themselves. Things like that. And God has been having me get back to the basics, because when we are in our spiritual journey, it's so important that we don't forget where we started. And it's not to say I forgot where I started. It's just been so long when you're growing and you're like every single day you're growing in God. Sometimes it's so important just to take a step back and look at where you were. So if you are currently beginning your journey, or if you've been on your journey for a while, I highly recommend journaling your journey, journaling the conversations you have with God, journaling the revelations, journaling the fear, journaling how you overcame that fear, journaling how you thought God wasn't going to do something and he came through for you. Like, literally making a written documentation, because a lot of you guys do have books in you, you know what I'm saying? And your books will be so powerful when you have the specifics of certain examples. But yeah, God has been saying get back to the basics, because the basics is what will help continue to fuel you. Think about it. A tree cannot stand without its roots. So if you are continuing growing on your journey, right? But let's say, for example, this is a weird tree. Let's say as you continue to grow, you're pulling yourself out the ground, so your roots aren't grounded no more. No wonder why you're having trouble with your faith. No wonder why you're having trouble adhering to the vision. No wonder why you're having trouble getting into God's presence. It's because as you grew, you forgot your roots. Get back to the basics. What were your basic things? For me, which I still do, was journaling. Journaling was my basic thing, but it was in what I journaled about. I used to always just journal about God's love for me, and how I could always see his love and how he cared for me. Like, I had read something earlier today in a journal entry from 2020 when I went back into my relationship with God. And I said, God, I can't even begin to see with my own eyes the love and the grace that you have over me, the love and the grace that you have for me. That hit me hard, because I'm like, wow. Even then, God, and I was a few weeks away from God sending me to Houston, not even knowing. And hindsight is always 2020. Being able to look back over your life and see those moments where you might have been worried, you might have been stressed out, but here I was focused on the love that you had for me, God. So now in these moments, that's what I'm going to focus on. And, while I'm talking about getting back to the basics, I just wanted to say, so that's the end of the prophetic word. If you don't want to hear nothing else I got to say, that's fine. You can exit off. But this part is going to be for the people that my journey has truly encouraged. And I get so emotional because I see the comments. I see what you guys say. And I know it's a part of God keeping me humble, because I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't think too much of it. But today I had a session, the Tuesday, the February 1st, I had a session with Sade and Carmela. Sade and Carmela, when I say, this is not to say anybody else's session I had wasn't great. They were great. But when these two women hopped on, it's almost as if God whispered in their ear, encourage her. And this is not to say that people don't encourage me, because y'all seen y'all encouraging emails and stuff. But it was something about the spirit behind these two women that just was speaking, like, reminding me and showing me, like, why I got started in the first place. You know, and it's so crazy because when I was praying to God this morning and writing down my prayer, I said, God, like, I got it. I got to get back to the basics. And then for God to show me people that literally he sent them to the beginning of my journey to help encourage them, to show them, you know, if he can do it for me, he can do it for them, to help them build a relationship, to inspire them. Like, y'all, it just gave me so much peace, because who encourages me? The Holy Spirit. You get what I'm saying? Now, that's not to say God hasn't sent my TT, I ain't gonna say her name, but my TT know who she is, a person that constantly encourages me. So it's not to say God hasn't sent certain people in my life, but it's to say, like, when I am seeking encouragement, I just go to God. You know, I'm so used to, okay, God, you gotta fill me up, because I don't want to ever become so focused on being pleased by y'all, if that makes sense. But today, it just hit me so differently to know, like, wow, God, like, me being obedient to you is really transforming people's lives out there. I don't know what videos y'all seeing. I don't know what videos God is directing y'all to. Like, it just made me feel like, you know, and I just wanted to get on here and appreciate them publicly, you know, but also appreciate all of you publicly. Anybody that's ever left a comment, no, I noticed it, and it may not register to my heart, because I'm just like, what? I really did help people. Y'all gotta realize, I'm a person that's helped people my whole life, and I don't think nothing of it. Okay, when people say, oh, you helped me, I'm like, girl, that had nothing to do with me. I just said a few words. You know, I'm so used to downplaying things, but you can't deny the Holy Spirit moving through me, and you can't deny the glory and favor that God has over my life and how it has transformed a lot of you guys. And I'm just so grateful to even be played as an instrument in all of this, you know? And I just wanted to let you guys know that I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all so much. And if you ever have an encouraging word, please send it, because you never know what I'm going through on this side. I mean, I do tell y'all, but you get what I'm saying? Like, still, I appreciate the encouragement. I appreciate the love. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those people that stayed this long to the end of the video, I know y'all real. And the rest of y'all probably just came for a word to leave, but it's okay. Hopefully y'all can be a part of the family too. And thank you, y'all, for being my family. Because I have to do a lot of this alone. When I say alone, just me and God. So just knowing that through these one-on-ones, I can be integral to y'all on y'all journey. Like, I can be that voice that y'all didn't have helping y'all. Like, it means everything. So, and then knowing, like, it's, you know, I ain't got no family, and I stand firm on that. So, anybody claiming to be my family besides my adopted sister Kelly, I don't know the rest of these people, period. So yeah, I mean, and my birth mama, I can't rule out my birth mama, but yeah, everybody else, nope, that's it. So it's just like, thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. And I felt it was time. So I'll talk to y'all later.